find them all on the NJPAC YouTube page, where you can also find the panel discussions, concerts, interviews, and mini concerts we've been producing all year long. Also, don't forget to check out the In Your Living Room section on njpac.org for information and a listing on all of our upcoming events. Also, make sure you're following all of our social media handles: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, Facebook. See a post, share a post with your family and friends. Tomorrow evening, join us for our second installment of Jersey Fresh Open Mic. This series gives up-and-coming singers, songwriters, spoken word artists, comedians, dancers, rappers, NJPAC's virtual stage to perform on. Join us on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. So before we start dancing, we are pleased to bring you our nutrition and health segment from our partners at RWJ Barnabas Health. During this 15-minute segment, you're going to get tips on healthy eating and keeping active during this pandemic. Let us all welcome Emily now for our health tips. Muted.
Thank you so much, Kyra, for that wonderful introduction. As Kyra had said, my name is Emily, and I am a registered dietitian, part of RWJ Barnabas Health. And I know everyone is excited and itching to dance tonight, but just give me 15 minutes of your time. I'm going to share some helpful tricks and tips that will actually help give you more energy to dance. But before I even start talking about anything nutrition related, for those who are at home, I want you to go grab a cup of water, maybe fill it up to what would fill up a children's milk carton. I want you to grab it and I want you to show me. This is your evidence. So for those who are at home, or maybe you're not at home, but you have a bottle of water hanging around, now is the perfect time to take a few sips. Ideally, about 20 to 30 minutes before exercise, you want to drink about 8 fluid ounces of water. So that's why I say now's the time to drink up. So let me take some drinks with you there. So a lot of people, you hear all the time, drink water, it's healthy for you. But then I want everyone to think, what does water actually do in our bodies once we've drank it, right? It goes down and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But water does a lot of functions. Most importantly, it helps ease the strain on our heart. And especially when it comes to dancing, it helps our blood flow. It helps loosen our muscles and our joints, so that way we're looser while we're moving. And it also helps little things that we don't even notice. It helps keeps our eyes moist. It helps keeps our mouth moist. And there are just so many benefits to drinking water and being properly hydrated. And the most common question that I always get asked is, how much water should I be drinking? And that depends on everyone. Everyone has a different height, different weight, different size, which is totally normal and okay. But the best way to indicate how hydrated you are is the toilet. So when it is light pale to almost clear, that's when you're good to go. But if you're noticing that it's any darker than that, then that's when you should be reminded that you should drink maybe about 4 ounces, which is about half of a cup, or just enough until you are quenched. The main goal of hydration is to prevent you from having that, oh my gosh, I'm so parched, as if I'm in a desert. So this is going to be a super quick segment to save time, kind of like into a segue. There are other ways to hydrate yourself, because I know not everybody likes just plain water. It can be kind of boring. I totally get it. But different ways to hydrate without just drinking plain water is infused water is the best way. When you are drinking coffee or tea, yes, that contributes to your hydration, but it also makes you go to the bathroom more. It's a diuretic, so that can actually help contribute to dehydration. I'm jumping around a little bit, but going back to indicating, I said almost clear, because too clear or crystal clear can actually be an indication of overhydration. And surprisingly, a sign of overhydration is drinking a lot of water throughout the day, but still feeling thirsty. So there's that fine line and that proper balance. So that's why it's important to check as you're going throughout the day. So other ways to, besides infused water, like adding berries, like strawberries or blueberries, grated ginger makes for a great kind of almost spicy water. You can also do cucumbers and mint for something refreshing. And this is something that you can sit in the fridge overnight and you can have it for the next day. Because the longer that it sits, the more flavor that it gets without adding any extra calories or any added sugar. Another way to hydrate yourself is through fruits and vegetables. So some fruits and vegetables like cantaloupe, watermelon, as the name suggests, they are over 90% made out of water. The rest is the nutrients and minerals and fiber. So they contribute to your overall hydration status. So everyone says fruits and veggies, they're so healthy for you. They keep you hydrated. They contain different amounts of vitamins and minerals. Different colors mean different minerals and vitamins. So that's why we say to eat a rainbow. So my challenge to everyone for this week, or maybe even just for tomorrow, for one day, is to challenge yourself to eat 2 colors tomorrow. It could be in a different meal, it could be in the same meal, but that's how you know that you're getting a well-rounded, diverse overall diet. Diet, I say very loosely. You're just adding nutrients. We're not taking away any foods because who wants to feel restricted? We're always trying to add nutrients. So leading into the next part of my really quick nutrition, what do they call, like high horse or yeah, something like that. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So I actually have a recipe here, which is super colorful. It is my makeshift rainbow salsa because I don't know about any of you, but I'm not a salad eater. I think leafy greens and a big bowl of salad, it just gets way too boring for me. I'd rather just mix everything up and choose the vegetables that I want, which is a great recipe for everyone because you don't really have to measure. You don't need any fancy schmancy spices. You just choose the vegetables that you want, combine it all, and you can have a really simple, really balanced meal in terms of whole grains, protein, and vitamins and minerals. So I'm just going to lower my camera really quick. And for the sake of time, I have popped everything so that way you kind of can see. Hopefully you can see. All right, so here is my rainbow, my dissected rainbow, as I should say. So here for some spice and flavor, I have a spicy jalapeno. I also have a red pepper, which contains, surprisingly, vitamin C. Oranges are not the only fruit or vegetable that have vitamin C. I've got some lime for some sour. So we've got spicy, sour, we got crunchy and sweet. I have a red onion for some extra fiber, cilantro, and I have some corn, which funny enough, corn is considered a whole grain. So for those who are popcorn munchers, eat the popcorn. It's great in fiber and will actually help you, when added to a meal, will help keep you feel more full. I am stumbling over my words here, I'm sorry. And lastly, second to lastly, I have a cup of beans. And the best part about this rainbow salsa is that it is a mix of canned fruits and vegetables and canned beans, or it's whatever you have. You don't have to use black beans like I have here. You can use chickpeas, white cannellini beans, kidney beans, anything that you have in the house to whip together that's going to add to this. This provides a great source of protein and as well as iron. And iron is important, especially in those who are active, because those who are more active, they tend to have a lower iron. And kind of partnering with vitamin C, Vitamin C helps absorb iron into your body. So they're kind of partners with each other. So that's what makes this meal so great. And lastly, I have an avocado, which I hope is ripe. We will see live whether it's the perfect avocado or not. So avocados are great because they provide heart healthy fats, which helps with your blood pressure, but it also adds a lot of fiber and potassium, which a lot of people reduce their sodium or worry about their sodium intake. But as a dietitian, I always recommend people to focus on potassium rich foods, because potassium actually helps your heart more because it helps add nutrients as opposed to taking away something. So we're all about adding food. So I'm going to stop rambling and I'm just going to add everything into my bowl so they can get married together, and then you guys can get dancing. And like I said before, this is a great recipe because you can choose whatever vegetables that you want, that you like, to all mix it together. Let's say you don't like jalapenos, you don't have to add the jalapenos. You like white onions instead of red onions, add the white onions. I'm just gonna add this squeeze of lime. And I'm going to add this avocado. Let's see. Final test. I think that's a perfect avocado. Now you can either leave this smashed or you can leave it chunky. I like the chunks of avocado because I think it adds a lot of color. And this may go without saying, but if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the chat box, which I'm sure you guys all know already. And here is where you can definitely...
Emily, someone is talking about avocado pudding. Have you ever had
avocado? Yes, I've had avocado pudding. I've had tofu pudding, surprisingly, as well. Tofu makes a great pudding, especially if you put some dark cocoa powder. And we're mixing it all together, and that is it. Super simple, a variety, a huge variety of nutrients, actually. And when you have a lot of nutrients into your cells and your body, that gives you more energy to dance. So I'll give you a close-up Hollywood shot of this rainbow salsa. You see all the colors, and like I said before, you can mix and match whatever vegetables that you like. So that way it's tailored to your taste buds. And thank you all so much. I hope you guys learned something. I hope now's your time to get those last few sips of water in before you start dancing. I'm sorry.
There was a question in the chat. There was a question about Crystal Light. Is it a good mix to use?
Like the sugar-free Crystal Light, I believe. Awesome. So that, I think, if that's how you like getting hydrated, I say go for it. If you're eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, there's a stigma against artificial sweeteners. If you're not chugging bottles and bottles of those little Crystal Light things, it should be okay. But if you like to drink it here and there, totally fine. Do what makes your soul feel good, and as long as you don't experience any like physical discomfort drinking it, drink the Crystal Light.
Great. Thank you, Emily. That was great information. I think I'm going to go in the kitchen and make that salad shortly because it looks great.
Thank you all so much for having me.
Thank you. Okay, anyone has a bottle of water or a cup of water there? Who would like to take the water challenge with us before we start dancing? Anyone?
I'm ready.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. I drink all mine.
Thank you all again.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Emily.
So for the month of April, our wellness classes will focus on dance from South Asia. Tonight's instructor, Akhila, is a renowned classical Indian dance artist who is known for injecting creativity and enthusiasm into one of India's oldest classical dance traditions. She has been recognized by the US government for her contribution to the UNESCO project Involve and Evolve. In tonight's class, Akhila will highlight the hand gestures, body movements, and facial expressions of this ancient art form. Let us welcome Akhila to the dance floor.
Thank you. Akhila, please come over. Akhila is here, and we begin today's wellness program today with a beautiful information about Kuchipudi, which is a traditional art form which has its history for more than around 3,000 years ago. Okay, that is what we are going to talk about. Till now, we heard Emily from Robert Wood Johnson explaining us about the importance of the healthy diet which we need to have. That is to stay physically strong, right? We eat healthy food, we are strong physically. However, eating healthy food, I believe, is just not enough. Having a healthier mind is also very important, right? Especially during this pandemic, where we're all constrained to our living rooms and our desks with our laptops, we are not meeting socially anybody. We are very socially disconnected with the world. We are just constrained within our rooms. So what is very important for all of us? What is important? The most important thing for us is to have a positive mindset, creative mindset, be open to receive ideas, be happy. Bottom line, be happy. What is the best way to be happy? Anybody? Sing and dance, right?
Dancing, yep.
Singing and dancing is the best way to be happy mentally, right? Mental health is super important, and I am so happy. Dance, especially dance, what we do involves music and dance. So it comes as a combo, right? So when you go to Taco Bell, you get number 9, which is a combination of multiple food things, right? Similarly, dance has got music and dance. Physically, we dance, but Indian dance, the speciality about Indian dance, I would like to make it a point here. The speciality about Indian dance is that we emphasize or we focus on the emotions or the feelings. It is a very good opportunity for people to explore their feelings. I might be very angry, I might be very sad, I might be very happy. This gives me an opportunity to express myself. Very hard, right? We always say yes, connection, this is good, I can hear you nice. We are not even feeling, we are just showing through hand gestures. At least that's a good improvement from just being nodding our head yes, no. Now we have come up to a stage where we say yes, this is good, I'm able to hear and listen. But Indian classical dance gives us an opportunity to express our feelings through facial expressions, through hand gestures, through body movements, right? And through the costume. And today, what Miss Akhila will be performing or will be helping us to understand and enjoy the art form is called Kuchipudi art form. This is one of the traditional art forms from India. This evolved few thousands of years ago in a small village in India called Kuchipudi. This has become world-renowned art form, having nuances of beautiful, graceful hand gestures, body movements, befitting costumes, jewelry, and a astounding musical backgrounds. The music gives energy to the person who is performing, the confidence to explore themselves and to express themselves, basically. That is all about Kuchipudi here. Okay, so I hand over the camera and the mic to Miss Akhila to start with the session today. She will be taking us through the basics of Kuchipudi, helping us to understand what is Kuchipudi, some movements in Kuchipudi, and then probably we can all try a small composition in Kuchipudi. All of us, let's join together. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan. Thanks so much for NJPAC for inviting us to perform today and share the glory of Indian classical dance with all of you, beautiful audience today. So, as Chetan told, Kuchipudi is a very, very beautiful art form. It is graceful and it is dramatic. And most of the aspects that which we have learned in one more art form, Indian classical art form, Bharatanatyam, you find 80% of the same of the aspects even in Kuchipudi. So now, basically, I'll be enacting one of the graceful piece for all of you, and you can just start. You can see the dance and enjoy first, and then let's dance together.
Here, the heroine is feeling very happy, appreciative about her own beauty.
Beautiful. Both of you real quick and just give her a great big hand.
Thank you. Thank you. So, as I was explaining earlier, what we saw Akhila doing is a character enactment of a beautiful lady who is so happy mentally, physically, and is very appreciative about herself, and her beauty. What a wonderful feeling, right? The confidence of the person or the character, what she was performing right now. This is a basis, or this forms the baseline for the Kuchipudi art form. The characterization of the artist into different roles is one of the main characteristics of Kuchipudi. Thank you.
So I selected this item only to show that how graceful this art form is, how beautiful it depicts each of the movements. So now, to get this grace and to get this basic body vocabulary, what are the basic style that the beginners need for it is something more interesting. So let's go through slowly with each of the basic movements. You can all participate with this. So I introduce here Kushi Hebar, who is accompanying me today. She's my student and she's my daughter. So thank you, Kushi, for coming today. So we will be doing together. So it starts with few of the basic warm-ups where you can hold your hand, the pataka.
So people who are interested to learn this art form, Akhila is teaching the basic art form movements. You can please make yourself comfortable. If you are comfortable to stand, you have space to stretch around, you can do so. If you don't have, you can sit and try to do the hand gestures and the movements what Miss Akhila is trying to teach here. Okay, so these are the basic movements in Kuchipudi art form. All right, so as you see, she is holding her hand erect, straight, and stretched. Okay.
Tahi, ta 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 hit ta ta din, ta ta kita ta ka tahi, ta 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 hit ta ta din, ta ta kita ta ka tahi,
One,
ta 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 hit ta ta
two,
din, ta ta kita ta ka tahi,
one, two,
ta
three,
ta
four. One,
din,
two,
ta
three, four.
kita ta ka tahi,
One, two,
ta
three,
ta
four. One,
din, ta ta
four.
kita ta ka
One,
tahi.
two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, one, two, three, four. One, two, three, one, two, three, four. 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 One, two, three,
Now start
four.
both hands.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Takadina tam, takadina tam, takadina six.
Stretch your hand down. Say ta da ta ta dhi ta da ta 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 dhi ta da dhi ta da kita ta ka ta dhi ta da ta dhi ta da kita ta ka ta
Ta, di, ta, na, kita, taka, ti.
You can join.
We have some in-house participants too today, along with Miss Akhila, her two daughters, Miss Kushi and Miss Sihi there.
Welcome, Sihi. Okay. So we finished with lifting the leg, and then next.
So what we saw is that few hand movements and now few leg movements we are trying to start off.
Tai, ta, ta,
Ta,
ta,
ta,
tai, ta, ta, kita, ta, ka, tai, ta, 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 di, ta, ta,
Stretch
kita, ta,
yourself.
ka, tai, ta,
Go taller.
ta, ta, di, ta, ta,
Kita, ta, tai. Go down slowly. Control your muscles. Ta, ta, kita, ta, tai. Ta, 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 di, ta, ta, di, ta, ta, kita, ta, tai. Ta, 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 di, ta, ta, kita, ta, tai. 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 Ta, ta, di, ta, ta, kita, ta,
So as you all know,
Are you all trying? How are you feeling? Comfortable? Good. Okay. Let's go to the next movement then. Okay. So
stretch your leg out.
these are some like basic alphabets for this art form. Okay. So
Tai, ta, 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 di, ta, ta,
kita ta tai tat tat tam tat din tat na kita ta tai tat tat tam tat din tat na kita ta tai tat tat tam tat din tat tam kita ta tai tat tat tam tat di tat ta kita ta tai tat tat tam tat di tat ta kita ta din Takadinatam, takadinatam, tat, ta, di, tat, kita, tat, tam, tat, di, tat, ta, di, tat, ta, di, tat, ta, tat, di, tam, takadinatam.
So in this way, there are more of vigorous warm-up start for Kuchipudi art form. It is for the foundation of those grace movements for a dancer to open up in these vigorous warm-up exercises is very, very important. In the similar way, there are more than 30 to 35 warm-up exercises. And now I go further with a basic step. As you all know, in Bharatanatyam, the Tattadavu, what you do. In Kuchipudi, they do have the basic beat of the leg, but the beat of the leg is blended with the eyes and the neck movements too, in which the dancer goes, tam, digi, digi, ta, tatta, digi, digi, tai, tam, digi, digi, ta, tatta, digi, digi, tai.
So like Tattadu in Bharatanatyam, this is the first step in Kuchipudi, which the dancer will start learning to do. Like basic vocabulary of the art. Okay? 4, 3, 2, 1. Tam, digi digi tam. Digi digi tam. Digi digi tam. Digi digi tam. Kita taka tam. Digi digi tam. Do it in all the 3 speeds. Slow speed, medium speed, and the fast speed. Tam, digi digi tam. Digi digi tam. Tam, digi digi So what is important here is that Miss Akhila is not jumping high. If you observe her height, she is maintaining it in one level, although she is lifting the legs constantly, alternatively, one after the other. Okay, so this is the first basic vocabulary step. The second one,
Kudha.
so this position is called as half seated position, also called as Araimandi. Right? We begin with the start position in Aramandi.
Digi, digi, ta. Ta, digi, digi, ta, digi.
Digi, tam. Digi, tam. Digi, tam. Digi, tam. Okay, this is a second adabu or the step which we call in Kuchipudi, which involves jump on your toe and stretching your leg to one side and lifting and crossing the leg. So you see the structure
You're
of
going
the
to
leg
bend towards your left
and then
and
pick it
then
up and cross it across. Okay. So along with that, you see along with the footwork, you see the hand gestures. These are hand gestures, highly stylized hand movements or the hand gestures, which depict no emotion or no meaning, but enhance the beauty of the hand movement. Very unique to the Indian art form. This is a beautiful hand gesture, which creates a beautiful picture of the hand, right?
so this is Katakamuka and this is Alapadma. So on the Katakamuka, Alapadma goes there. On the other side, Katakamuka to Alapadma.
So if you happen to have observed the body limbs, the major limbs of the body, that is the hand, leg, and the torso, moves all together. Along with the major body limbs, you see the minor body limbs as well, like the palm, the neck, the head, and complementing to the minor limbs, you will see the supplementary limbs like eyes also takes part in this entire body movement. Thus, when a person is doing this art or this movement, they are totally involved in this movement. Mind is occupied in doing this particular movement. Eyes, sensory organ, is moving right and left along with the body. The ears are listening to the count and moving along with the, used to move along with the musical count, right? So very important, right?
So moving further, the next step would be you're going to jump, and then take the hand across. And as you beat, you're going to touch the leg to both sides.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
Go.
start.
Down. Diggy. That diggy. Down. Down. Diggy. Down. That diggy. Down. Diggy. That diggy. Down. Diggy. tat, digi, digi, digi. Tam, digi, digi, tam. Tat, digi, digi, digi. Kita, takadina, tam, takadina, tam, takadina, tam. So here, body control of the limbs are very important. The dancers should not wiggle loosely, lose the control of the limbs. So if you happen to observe, the artist or the dancer is ensuring that the jump is controlled, the kick of the leg is also controlled, the upper part of the body is controlled straight. Okay. We will ask Sihi and Kushi to try to do that once again in the third speed. Okay. Okay. So third speed is the fastest speed. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tam, digi, digi, tam. Digi, digi, digi. Tam, digi, digi, tam. Digi, digi, digi. Tam, digi, digi, tam. Digi, digi, tam. Digi, tam. Good job. Awesome. Hope all of you are enjoying this art form. Are you finding it difficult? Do you want a minute? Do you want to have a sip of water? Tired? Okay, okay. I see a couple of people thumbs up. All right. Let us take a second to drink water. Okay.
So my next step would be, it's a very pretty graceful step. Probably I see so many Indian classical dancers over here who have studied Bharatanatyam. In Bharatanatyam, a teacher would ask to keep the heel in the back, lift. But here in Kuchipudi, the vocabulary is where the dancer lifts her leg. It is front lift, beat, and drag the feet back with the dola. Dola, this is the dola hasta.
Position of the hand is in dola hasta, like a dancing doll. You know, you would have seen the dancing dolls, the old dancing dolls. They would have had that. Yeah, correct. I see a lot of you are showing me the dancing dolls there. Right, like the dancing doll, moving the head and with the hand. Yeah, very beautiful, lovely. So holding the dancing doll position, but the leg movement is so different and unique. Observe that the leg movement. The leg movement goes upward in the front, okay, and it's almost going at the chest level, right? So the leg movement comes up front, very unique to this art form. So you lift it, then beat on the floor, and then drag 2 times. 1, 2, and then again it goes up. It goes up again. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, at this point, I like to make it 1 point. The costume of the Kuchipudi is so beautiful and unique that there is a lot of pleats, or the costume has a drape in the front. Whenever the artist lifts their legs, the drape flies on up and then goes down. So the movement is so graceful. It has to be done with a lot of grace. As you see, Miss Akhila, she will perform with this grace movement now, with the eyes and the feeling in the expression. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tam, digi digi tam, digi digi tay, tam, digi digi tam, digi digi tay. Okay, who wants to try this now? Who wants to try? 1.
Okay, I see Kirtana trying.
I see.
I say Naina trying.
Isha is also trying. 1, 2, 3, go. Tam, digi digi tam, tat digi digi tay, tam, digi digi tam, tat digi digi tay, kita tak tam, digi digi tam, tat, digi, digi, tai. So this movement, as you see, we are doing it in the first speed, right? Till this point, we were trying to do some rigorous dance movements, trying to tone up our muscles. Now, what we are trying to show you here is the graceful part of this art form. Very, very graceful. You got to have an attitude, the attitude of being very pretty, confident, young artist here, right? That's the bottom line for this art form, right? So we will do this in the first speed and the second speed, the same movement. All right, first, second, third speeds. All right, are you all ready? Want a sip of water? Good. 1, 2, 3, go. Tam, digi digi tam, tat tat digi digi tai. Tam, digi digi tam, tat tat digi digi tai. Kita taka tam, digi digi tam, tat tat digi digi tai. Tam, digi digi tam, tat tat digi digi tai. Tam, digi digi tam, tat digi digi tai. Tam, digi 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 tam, digi digi. Okay, so this movement is generally used to come over onto the stage. How do we enter on the stage, right? How do we enter? Generally, this is one of the movements which is used. And if you had observed Akhila, when she started today's performance, the beginning of the performance, she used the same movement to come on to the stage and to start to perform, right? Now,
moving further, the next movement, your hand goes as your leg movements starts, your hand goes up.
wow, I see quite a lot of people trying to do along with Miss Akhila physically. Great. Those of you who have not turned on the camera, it will be really great to see all your cameras turned on and try to do along with Miss Akhila. Beautiful.
So go to
More of you turning on the cameras is really nice to see. Gives more motivation for Miss Akhila and her two dancers along with her. Come on, turn on the cameras, please. All right. Now,
so as you keep your place your hand up,
stretch your body.
body
Beautiful.
bend to the right. The leg movement is sari, sar, hit, sari, sar,
Sai. Tat hit sai. Tat kita saka sai. Tat hit sai. Tat kita saka sai. Tat kita sai. Kita saka sai. Tat sai. Tat kita saka sai. Tat sai. Tat kita saka sai. Okay, let us ask at this point little Sihi to do it again, right? Who is going to join little Sihi to do the same movement? Okay, Sihi, can you please come to the center? Come forward. Look, she's seeing this whole thing for the first time. She is seeing this art. She is seeing these movements for the first time, and she is trying to do it. All right, let us start. For all of you, who is going to be along with her? Okay, nice, great, yeah, that's nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Say, that, keep that, say, that, kita saka say, that, keep that, say, that, kita saka say, that, say, that, kita saka say, that, say, that, kita saka say, Beautiful. Big round of claps to Sihi, right? Good job, Sihi. That's nice. Appreciate it. Cool. All
The
right.
next movement, what I'll be teaching, it looks similar, but the leg is different. You do bend to the right, you hold your hand up, but your leg goes back and then tap to the side. Tahi, tar, tar, hit, tahi, tar, kita taka tahi, tar, tar, hit, tar, tahi, tar,
Tam, kita taka tai. Tat kita kita tai. Tat tam, kita taka tai. Tat kita kita tai. Tat tam, kita taka tai. Tat kita kita tai. Tat tam, kita taka tai. Tat kita kita tai. Tat tam, kita taka tai. Kita tai, kita tam, kita tai. Tat kita tai, kita tam, kita tai. Tat kita tai, kita tam, kita tai. Tat kita tai, kita tam, kita tai.
So we just moved one step from side to back. So in Kuchipudi, it gives a huge difference with the speed, laya. We go beyond fourth and fifth speed as we do this basic footworks. Moving further, it's the same movements, but the eye goes different. Tai, ta, 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 hit, tai, ta, ta, kita, taka, tai, ta.
Kita kita tai. Tat tam, kita taka tai.
So, if few of them who knows about the concept of husi, where you take the leg off beat, this is a kind of a offbeat rhythm.
So the eye movements go offbeat with the music. Okay, you go alternative to the music. Okay, so it is offbeat eye movements. If you observe 1, 2, 3, go. Say, ta, 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 say, ta, tam, ta, ta, say, ta, 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 say, ta, tam, ta, ta, say, ta, kita, say, ta, tam, 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 awesome, awesome. Good job. All right.
So I'll be teaching now a very graceful movement with which we are just standing over here now. So with this grace of the movement, we are going to go around in a circle, for which we need to first work, understand the footwork, and then do the hand work for it. Let's start with the hand. So this is the next one. So this is the hand mudra. Hand gesture is this. This is called as Katakamuka. It looks like a peacock.
Or a bird.
Bird.
So try to hold this hand gesture. So try to bend your ring finger along with the thumb and try to curve your middle finger. So this gives rise to this beautiful hand gesture. Very unique, right? Very few hand gestures many people do, but this is a beautiful hand gesture. You can hold like this to depict a beautiful girl. In Kuchipudi, When you hold like this, it depicts a beautiful girl or a lady. Okay. Now,
In this
the same
sense-
gesture is being held here to do some action, the action or a movement in the dance here. Okay.
Your right hand goes all the way up to the shoulder level, and then your left hand goes out. It can be done daily. You can start with your
Tahi,
ta ta ta
tahi,
ta
tahi,
Explain
ta
it.
ta, kita taka,
Tahi.
ta kita kita tahi.
Ta ta
Kita
kita.
So if you see, one hand is going forward, the other hand is coming backward, alternatively, but one hand goes around and makes a circle. Very unique, right? What a complex movement in the hand, right? So the starting position, let us start from the beginning. So the right and the left are together, and then we start with pulling the right hand back, pull the right hand back, and then the right hand is making a circle. At the same time, the left hand is going backward, right? And now the right hand which made the circle goes back, and the left hand comes forward, back again. So this is a movement which we are doing towards the right hand side, right? So let us do again. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did this for the right hand side. Now let us do for the left hand side now. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the hand movement associated to this step. Okay. Now we have to get the leg movement part of it, right? Let's try to get the legs. How do we do for the legs here? Okay.
I'll be showing only the leg movement. So I have to move towards my left side. So I use my left back with the right out. Left back, right out. Left back, right out. Left back, right out. Tam, tat, iti,
She explained that she's going to go around the dance area. She is folding and keeping the left leg, but the right leg is being dragged upon. Okay.
When I combine the same.
Now she's going to do with the hand and the leg movement together. Okay. Let us watch. 1, 2, 3, go. Tam, diggy, diggy, tay. Ta, diggy, diggy, tay. 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 Tam, diggy, diggy, tay. Takadina, tam, diggy, diggy, tay. Ta, diggy, diggy, tay. tam, digi digi tai, tatta, digi digi tai, tam, digi digi tai, tatta, digi digi tai, takadina tam, takadina tam, digi digi tai, tatta, digi digi tai, tam, digi digi tai, tatta, digi digi tai, tam, digi digi tai, tatta, digi digi tai.
Any
So,
doubt in this?
such a different and unique. Go ahead, please.
Did you see the question? Can she do it right in the front, just face in front and not in a circle?
You want to do this just facing front, right? It's a little easier, of course, but doing it in a circle is
doing
also.
front. This is a movement which is there to cover the stage. But if I have to do front, the leg is digi digi tai, tatta tatta tai, tam digi digi tai, tatta tatta tai, digi dagada, digi digi tai, tatta tatta tai, digi dagada, digi digi tai, tatta digi digi da, digi digi da. So it goes with the legs up and down.
So, see, this art form is so specific to this geographical area from Southeast Asia. So, actually, thinking about learning this art form or this style of dance in America, I think nobody else can do this. Only NJPAC has this vast audience, vast diversity of people all on one single platform. Wonderful occasion, and thanks to NJPAC for exploring and exposing this unique art forms from the different part of the world. Totally a very regional and Southeast Asia specific art form movements we are trying to do in America on the Northeast coast, viewed and accessed across the globe. Thank you, NJPAC, for this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Akhila, for bringing this art to this younger generation of people here who are trying to learn this art form with you. Thank you.
So going further, I will teach one more graceful basic step where the Bharatanatyam, they call it as Tattametta Adavu. Tattametta means it's okay. Okay. I have one request from Chetan to teach his favorite Adavu. He loves this. So let's learn this and then go further. The leg movement is we cross and then slip the leg out, cross, slip the leg out, cross, slip the leg out, cross, and slip the leg out. Okay. The hand goes up here.
1, 2, 3, go. Tam, digi digi tai.
Tatta, tatta,
That's tai.
next one.
Tam, digi digi tai. Tatta, digi digi tai. Tam, digi digi tai. Tatta, digi digi tai. So, how do we hold the hand? Right hand, you hold, you show your index finger. The left hand, you will hold it like this. Okay. So these are some scientific hand gestures. Holding this hand gestures in this different positions like this helps to control the body blood pressure and healthy points. Basically, you're holding different hand gestures. These are all scientific as well and medicinal as well. Okay.
As the pranic healing says that most of the nerves which is there in the hand as you press each of the fingers, it has different
Connections to the
Connections
different
to your
body
body.
part organs.
and
So
this in this way the dance contributes a very huge health factors. So going further, I'll be teaching one more double. That is, you can start with your left leg, cross, beat, cross, and a slide. Cross,
beat, cross, slip, cross, beat, cross, slip, cross, beat, cross, slip. If you happen to observe this, these are unique movements in this art form, right? So the leg is tippy-toed, the toe is tippy-toed like this and stretched across, but you sit in the half-seated position and then start moving backwards using this. The upper body is stretched and is bent as per the leg movements. Let's slowly try it once again. Let's try this movement once
so it
again.
goes from front to back.
One,
1, 2,
two,
3.
three, go. Ta,
Ta, ta, ta, hit, ta, ta, hit, ta, ta, hit, ta, ta, hit, ta, 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 hit, ta, ta, hit, ta, ta, hit, ta, 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 hit, ta, 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 hit, ta, ta, hit, ta,
Okay. Want to try once again? Oh, good. That's nice. That's nice. Let's try it once again. Okay. Let us do a little slow. Should you think we should go a little slower?
So over here, as you move from left to right, even your body moves the similar way, both the side. Giving this formation in the body is very important. I'll be teaching few of the hand gestures, and all my students who is joined here, they would be knowing, but for everyone, I'll be just teaching a few of the hand gestures. In Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam, the hand gestures, the single hand gestures and the double hand gestures are both the same. The theory is the same. The Nritya, Natya is also the same. And the few of the Navarasas, that is also same. So let's start few of the Asamita Hastas.
So what are these hand gestures? Okay, you can all sit and relax now.
Come closer.
Right? We did some physical movements, hand, leg movements, and the body movements, and gesture, everything we did. Now let's try to do some hand gestures. As I was explaining earlier, these hand gestures are highly stylized hand gestures. These gestures are coming from the architecture of the temples from Cambodia, from India. These temples are probably thousands and thousands of years old temples. On the temples, you would see the sculptural postures, sculptural hand gestures being sculpted. Those are the origins for these hand gestures. Now, these hand gestures from these sculptures are being derived and used in this art form, thus giving a beautiful endings to the hands. All right. So let us now start with the hand gestures, which we generally use to depict some emotions. All right. Now let us do it in the right hand. Okay, in India we generally do everything in the right hand. Okay, so we begin with the right hand. Now if you see, all your fingers are held upright straight and they are held like this. Okay, this has a specific name for this. This is called as pataka, pataka, or the plain palm. Okay, this is called tripataka, tripataka. So what do we do using this hand gesture? What is that? What can I depict using this hand gesture? How do you think? What does this look like? Does this look like anything? We can use this to show a tiara or a crown, or a crown on the head. So these sharp ends, what you see here, they are probably the carvings on the tiara, right? That's why we use this gesture. Or if you want to show a huge tree, how do we show a huge tree? The tree is shown like this huge tree, right? This looks more like a leaf, right? This hand gesture looks like a leaf or a flower at the tip of the flower. So we are using this as the hand gesture. Okay, this is called as tripataka. Okay, this hand gesture. It can also be shown to show fire. How do we show fire? The fire, right? The fire has, if you draw a fire, you will have, it has got its own endings there, right? So tripataka. Next gesture is called ardhapataka, where you fold the little finger along with the ring finger. So ardha means half. Okay, this was pataka, ardhapataka, half of this pataka gesture. I'm sure all of you know why do we use this, right? Any guess? Right, right. That's absolutely right. So one of the use for that, to cut. Okay. Any other use? Where can I use this? What else can I show to use this hand gesture? How do we show a bull horn? Horn of a bull. Horns of the bull. Right? We can use it. It is sharp, pointed. It is sharp and pointed. Right?
Or a flag.
How do we show a flag? A flag. Right? Or it could be, yeah, it's very beautiful flag. We generally show a flag like this, right? It is stylized form of showing a flag, stylized, right? It could be a tower. A tower has got its unique architecture, right? I'm showing it as a tower, right? So if you happen to see, these are the gestures which are used in Kuchipudi, based or derived out of the temple architecture of India. Okay, so next gesture, Kartari Mukha. Wow, what is this? How is she holding this? Okay, this is Kartari Mukha. All right, we hold like this. What is this? What do we use this for? To show editing. I cut your screen from the movie, cutting out from the movie, right? Cutting. Scissor. It can be shown to show scissor. Or probably
Show an eye.
to show the eye. Beautiful eyes, right? You hold it like, yes, eyes like this. Yeah, like that. Correct. Beautiful
Sure.
eyes. So along with that, she's showing to show the hair, right? To show hair. All right. Okay. Now,
So we will get back to the hand gesture. Now we sat. I think probably we sat and did few of the hand gestures for 3 minutes now, 3-4 minutes. Let's learn one more very quick basic step in Kuchipudi, that which few of the Bharatanatyam dances over here, which you call it as Tattamettu. Tattamettu means where you beat your leg and you lift your leg, beat your leg and you lift your leg. Similarly, in Kuchipudi, the beating is done front and the lifting and pressing is done back of the leg. So the hand, we keep 2 Alapadmas. Sa, ka, gin, me.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beat, press, lift, press. Beat, press, lift, press. Beat, press, lift, press. Beat, press, lift,
Speed.
press. Beat, press, lift, 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 press. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we use the same footwork as we move in the circle too. Hand gesture would be the dola in your left and Alapadma in your right. Okay. Anywhere you can move. The stage, as you cover the stage, it might be diagonal or to the right, to the sides, or front and back. So now you can go in diagonal, and then let's do the circle.
So if you observe, this art form has an innate grace and a sway in the body. So whenever a movement is done, there is an innate sway and beauty, grace involved in this art form, which exemplifies the beauty or the womanhood here. Okay.
So the same footwork what I taught you with this, it can be applied with multiple hand gestures with the graceful body movements. So moving further, I'll teach you one more. Adavar. The hand goes, the left hand is up, right hand is near the chest. This, kai, this, kai. This, kai. This, kai. This, kai. This, kai. Leg movement would be right, cross, beat, right, cross, beat.
Right, cross, beat, left, stretch, beat. Right, cross, beat, right, stretch, beat. Right, cross, beat, left, stretch, beat. So these movements, what Miss Akhila is showing, these movements are all derived out of the sculptures which are there on the temples walls and the doors of the temples in India. So they are all if you see, there are different postures. Each position is a posture which is sculpted, and one movement is connected to another movement. So these are all different movements, and then they are being put together to make a movement together. So one is a posture. The second is a posture. Then the third movement is again a posture. So it is all put together. Three postures are put together to make a movement. So these are called the karnas. Okay.
Karnas. So we have the blend. Kuchipudi overall is a proper blend of Bharatanatyam and Odissi style of dancing. The footwork and the gestures used is mostly of Bharatanatyam, and the bhangis, what we use, probably with the Adabu, what I'm going to teach you now, you will understand how the Odissi form of dance form is being adopted in Kuchipudi. So your Mrugashirsha Hasta on the shoulder and Ardha Chandra on the thigh, go to Aramandi. And this is a moving step from back to front.
Tatam, kita takatai, sarita kita tai, tatam, kita tai, sarita kita tai, tatam, kita tai, sarita kita tai, tatam, kita tai, sarita kita tai, tatam, kita tai. So, as you see, this art form, as Akhila was telling, it originated from the small village called Kuchipudi, which comes from the state of Andhra Pradesh, that's in the south of India, but derives or is influenced by two other major classical art forms of India, being Bharatanatyam and Odissi. An amalgamation uniquely done between Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi and Odissi comes to this form called Kuchipudi here. The uniqueness of this art form is that the dancer generally sings along with the dance. They sing and dance together. So this is so distinctive that they have speeches with the dance along, where they're enacting as a character here. Okay, this gives the effect of drama and dance and music all together, which is typical to the Bhagavata Mela of that region. Okay, this art form uses the hand gestures, stylized hand gestures, the head movements, the eye movements, the neck movements, and comprises of all these different emotions. There are 9 emotions which are categorized in the Indian classical art form, being Shringara, or the emotion of love, Hasya, the emotion of laughter, Karuna, emotion of compassion, Raudra, the emotion of anger, fury, Veera, the emotion of valor, strength, Bhayanaka, the emotion of being afraid or scared, Bhibhatsya, the emotion of disgust, hatredness, Adbhuta, or the emotion of surprise, and the last emotion being Shanta or peace. Every emotion, as per the Natya Shastra or Kuchipudi, begins from Shantarasa, being peaceful, and goes to one or the other emotion, Shringara, Hasya, or any other emotion, and comes back to being state of peacefulness. What is so important about these emotions are very, very generic in nature. These emotions are very normal in daily life as well. We get up in the morning with a peaceful mind. We are happy, content, and very normal, right? There is some serenity within us. So during the day, it so happens that we transcend into different emotions, which Miss Akhila just expressed. Through these 9 emotions, we go glide from one to another. We hear some good news morning 6 a.m. They say that you don't need to go to office anymore. So you're happy. Last year. Okay, don't know about this year. So you're happy. Then you listen to some nice music. Again, you're happy. Then you get to hear some sad news. You become sad. But end of the day, we all come back to one peaceful state of mind, being Shantarasa, right? So these are the 9 emotions which we practice and perform in this Kuchipudi art form, thus giving us an window to express our emotions. Okay, so we would like to conclude today's program or today's feature here, what we did, through a very important statement, what we believe in Kala Gangotri, and I'm sure NJPAC also believes in this very, very much, and they are the proponents and they are the pioneers in this work. We believe that
Artistic. Artistic and cultural activities are essential components of a healthy and vibrant communities. That what we are doing, that's beautifully done by Wellness Wednesday. We are committed to our role and
we are being catalysts for this.
catalyst for change and greater impact through dedicated art education, which we serve.
So we believe happier mind, happier world. We try to inspire young people. Doesn't mean young only, anybody in general. We try to create this happier world through art and culture. We thank Isha and her team for giving us this opportunity to express or showcase this traditional art form, which is practiced from past probably 4 to 5,000 years back in India. And nobody else can do this. Only NJPAC can bring people from different communities, diverse communities together on one platform and showcase this art. We sincerely thank NJPAC
Community Engagement
team.
Staff, who has been amazingly encouraging the cultural diverse over here in New Jersey. Thank you so much for all my beautiful audience today, my beautiful students and all parents and dear friends. Thank you so much for giving us this beautiful opportunity. We enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. You are amazing. Can we come off of mute and just celebrate them? We just so appreciate you, your entire family.
Hey.
Oh,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Awesome. It was really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. Thank you.
Please come back.
And we
Thank
look
you.
forward to the next 4 more weeks. So as some of you may know, Akhila is part of our Dance Advisory Council.
Oh.
Our Dance Advisory Council members
Excellent.
here tonight. We have Carolyn Dorfman and Karen Love with us tonight, and we just celebrate you. Thanks for this arts education. We needed this. We have 3 more weeks. We have Raj Karani coming next week. We have Betsy Varghese and Rima Limson, and they're going to do different types of dance, Bollywood, Bhangra, classical, liturgical. So we're just so excited. We're going to spend the whole month learning as much as we possibly can. But you created a platform of arts education that we so appreciate. Thank you on behalf of Donna Walker-Kuhn. Some of you know her. She's here with us tonight. Kyra Ruth, Latoya Dawson, and Kamar Brown and Nigeria. We just honor you and we celebrate you. We also have some of our volunteers with us. Jeanette Marable is here with us tonight. We have a couple, Jeanette Williams. I saw a few others coming in. Yes, Teresa Brown. We cannot do this without them. But I gotta tell you, we have our Pillars of the Wellness Wednesday, and that is Madeline and Rubina. They have not missed one of our wellness classes. If they're doing it, they're all having a good time. So on behalf of ADP and MNT, we just celebrate you, we celebrate dance. Please tell somebody about this class and have them join us next week. Akhila, you're amazing. We look forward to seeing you as you welcome our other East Indian family members to dance with us the rest of the month. We honor you and your family.
Yes.
Have an amazing evening, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Latoya.
Bye.
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 Night.
Miss Karen, your partner. I feel like you see Karen Love. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Karen Cox. Thank you, Brenna
Thank you,
Walsh and
Akhila.
Alyssa Akudia. So good to see you. You come often as well. We appreciate you. All of our regulars. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
You too.